Oh, we will be reacting to vita carnis.
On planet Earth, life has thrived for millions of years. Creatures big and small have found ways to adapt and evolve to flourish in all types of environments. From barren wastes to lush forests, life can be found.
This ain't scary. What
Earth has owned these
are we in?
creatures since the
History or
dawn of
science
life
class?
itself.
What are
Only
we in?
until very recently, things have changed. New life forms have appeared all around
Okay,
the globe
I
and
wouldn't.
completely changing
That's
the balance of nature and
that's
what we
bigger
know
than
about
Florida.
evolution itself. That is why we, at National Living Meat Research, have been studying these new species.
I don't want to
educate
see
everyone
a
about
thing
these
that's way
creatures and
bigger
their
than
wondrous
Florida.
ways of life.
And Indiana and Ohio and
First,
Detroit.
what are these new life forms?
Canada.
Since their explosive
Oh
arrival
my
across the
God.
globe in 1931, there has been much debate on what these newcomers are and where they came from. Are they extraterrestrials coming to invade Earth? Or are they demons who come from hell to purge humanity?
Probably.
From what our scientists have discovered, no. The origins of these creatures are solely to Earth, miraculously out of nowhere.
Are they
We
tiny?
don't know why or how.
Are they tinier
but one
than
thing is
humans?
for certain,
Because if they are,
Earth
I'd
is now their
gladly
home.
adopt it.
What these creatures are is mysterious and still not well known today. But here is what we do know. These creatures are comprised mainly of muscle tissue, organs, and bones. They greatly resemble animals with no skin, or store-bought meat.
Oh.
Because of these characteristics,
You know what?
they
Never
have been
mind.
named accordingly
I
as
would not
vita
gladly
carnis.
adopt it.
The carnis species consume decaying, organic matter, and their main diet is composed of raw meat, not including their carnis relatives. The carnis only appear in places where there is an abundance of crawl, which leads to the first creature of the carnis species, the crawl.
The crawl?
The crawl is a growth of meaty tendrils that closely resemble the small intestine, the only difference being a dark red coloration. These tendrils grow in a similar pattern as vines, mold, or fungi. A primary stem structure is the host to divisions of other, smaller branches. And each tendril contains a variety of veins, arteries, and other similar organs used to transport nutrients absorbed from its surroundings. The ends of these tendrils are equipped with organelles used to absorb water and organic matter necessary for growth. The source of these organic materials is mainly found in dirt and soil on surrounding surfaces. Using its root-like tendrils, it absorbs the material and processes it into usable energy. Although, the crawl also obtains energy through another means. Using a sophisticated form of photosynthesis, the dark pigmentation of the smaller branches is ideal for absorbing sunlight, and therefore allowing solar energy to fuel the crawl's growth.
Oh, is this science class?
Because of its efficiency, it thrives in almost all types of environments,
Easily
allowing it to spread across the world and can be
be.
found pretty much anywhere. Its recent inclusion in the ecosystem has caused many major changes in nature's balance.
That's why
One
Elon
may
Musk
assume
wants
that the
us to go
crawl's
to Mars.
presence may outcompete any other competitors,
Oh yeah,
but
for
due
all
to
the
its
other
unique
little
life
kids that are
cycle,
watching this,
where old
he's
branches
not
fall
real.
off and
It's
decay into nutrient-rich compost, all
It's
forms
just
of
an
life
analog
seemingly
thing.
flourish instead. The crawl's abundance grants
like
plenty of
that.
nourishment
If you
to all
see a
animals,
person identical
plants
running
feeding on the decayed
wild,
crawl, herbivores thriving on increased plant
like that.
population, and carnivores
This is
feeding on both the abundant prey, and are able to eat the crawl as well.
Oh,
The presence of all these animals leave behind waste, which will be broken down and consumed by the crawl, and the cycle begins again. This form of symbiosis leads to an environment where all populations thrive.
Poop makes crawl?
Humanity also uses the crawl to our advantage. Because of the supernatural rate of growth and its richness in nutrients, it has been sustainably cultivated into domestic farms. The crawl is harvested and processed into fertilizer, which greatly increases crop yield and quality.
So infinite fertilizer.
The crawl may also be used as a food source for humans, and reliably so. But due to its unkindly appearance and taste, it has yet to reach cuisine standards. The crawl also plays a very important role in the next creatures that we have been studying. Sometimes, in a crawl-populated environment, a node of meat may develop on one of the branches. This node will fall off and grow into a functioning organism, and go to live on as an independent animal. This leads us to the upcoming species that we will be discussing. The first of these creatures are the trimmings. The trimmings. Trimmings are small animals that resemble skin raccoons. They are
Why the
commonly known
face
to have
look
a
like
plump
that?
body, round head, small eyes, nose and ear holes, and an agape mouth. They are also equipped with a diversity of limbs. All individual trimmings are unique, each with a different body shape, number of limbs, and other characteristics. One thing they all share in common is that they are made mostly of meat tissue and are a maximum of 20 centimeters in length, no larger than a basketball. Its life starts with its separation from the crawl. It will wonder to find anything that is edible and able to consume. Although it is an omnivore, being able to hunt meat and forage for plant matter, trimmings are almost entirely scavengers. Their diet consists of rotting plants and meat, including, but not limited to, fruits, vegetables, roots, seeds, insects, and deceased animals. Although its appearance is unsightly, it is a cowardly creature, only fleeing, screeching, and hiding. Because of its lack of defense,
I don't want to adopt
it
one
lies near the
anymore.
bottom of the food chain,
I keep changing my
making it easily
mind.
overpowered and picked off
I got
very regularly by predators.
I got AK-47.
Naturally, its population would eventually die out. This is not the case.
Oh my!
Naturally, its population would eventually die out. This is not the case. The crawl constantly produces a large quantity of trimming nodes, keeping up their numbers. Naturally, trimmings can be found wherever there is abundant crawl.
Is this why Elon Musk wants us to go to Mars?
Trimmings grow at a decent pace, reaching maturity in around 7 months, having a maximum lifespan of 2 to 4 years. Although they are plentiful, humanity has no proper way to implement trimmings into society. Their overabundance has even considered them pests, due to them digging through trash bins and making excessive noise.
Oh, look at the little baby one. That's cute. Maybe I adopt it when it's a baby.
Some people still keep trimmings as pets and relatively domesticated.
Guys are actually cute now.
Nuisance or not, trimmings are a wondrous creature. From their plentiful
That's
numbers
ugly.
to their skittish nature, they
That's
are truly
cute.
a thing to behold.
That's
The next species on our list
Worm?
is the meat snake.
Worm.
The meat snake. The meat snake is
Ew.
a worm-like creature made of a variety of
Can you
types of
adopt
meat
this too?
coated in a transparent, skin-like membrane.
What?
Its size varies during its
Can you pause
lifespan,
this? Is this like
depending on how
a
much it consumes.
World War
When it
meat?
first separates from the crawl, it is only a
Ew!
few centimeters in length. Eventually, it will reach an average length of 5 meters. Although, under extreme conditions, like natural disasters, war, or plague, it can greatly surpass this length. The meat snake's diet consists entirely of dead animals or parts. A meat snake is incapable of consuming a healthy, living organism. The meat snake
Thank
locates
Lord.
its food by using a
Does it
tongue-like
eat
organ
humans?
covered in sensors.
Is this
that touch and feel
another
its
reason why
environment.
Elon Musk
The
wants us
sensors
to?
catch particles of decaying meat, notifying the meat snake that there is food nearby. This process shares many similarities to regular snakes, hence the meat snake's name. Once it locates the corpse, the meat snake will open its jaw and swallow the entire body whole. Once the entire body is consumed, the meat snake's stomach will release a variety of chemicals. Some will break down soft tissue like skin and the connection points between muscles.
Is that
Others
its butt
chemicals will then
cheeks?
ferment and preserve the tissue to keep it
No.
from breaking down for as long as possible.
I'm gonna need to. I'll have to take that stomach
The meat
acid.
snake's tract and slowly be implemented into its own structure, extending the meat snake. Unsatisfactory parts like skulls, pelvises, hair, and fingernails will be excreted. Speaking of skulls, the meat snake will take the skull from the consumed organism and use it as its own. Each meat snake has its own skull, each corresponding to what that one has consumed.
No! Did I just see a human skull?
Excreted. Speaking of skulls, the meat snake will take the skull from the consumed organism and use it as its own. Each meat...
Bro! No way! Eat a rhino, but... Crocodile skull? Rhino skull? Is that a human skull? Aren't there barely any human remains? Except from that 1917 Germany bomb. I don't know what they did with all that, but I don't know how you're gonna find all human skulls. Good luck with finding human skulls.
Snake has its own skull, each corresponding to what that one has consumed. During its lifespan, it will swap or replace these skulls if needed. A meat snake's lifespan depends entirely on how much a meat snake consumes. The longest one has lived for was 28 years.
Are there any pictures of it? I want to see. There's only one little picture of it.
Due to its preserving chemicals. The only significant ways a meat snake can die is through starvation, burning, or complete destruction of the meat snake's membrane coating.
I'm gonna ask my mom, and I'm just kidding.
The meat snake
Oh my
is the
God!
only member of the carnis family that is able to reproduce. When a meat snake reaches an excessive size,
if I ever saw that, I'd be running away.
It will commence mitosis, splitting itself
This reminds
into,
me of the
and
game
now two meat
Mimic of
snakes will go on their
Roblox.
separate
Isn't there
ways
like
and
a
live on as
snake
two distinct organisms.
monster or something?
Meat snakes can only be found in moderate temperature climates, not too hot.
Oh my God!
Their population depends entirely on the amount of corpses available.
Where is America? Let me find America really quick. Don't fall on a sooner like I wanna know. These meat snakes are everywhere in America. Not everywhere, but it's where I live. I'm in Indiana. I wanna.
Not too hot, not too cold. Their population depends entirely on the amount of corpses available. Where there is death, there are meat snakes. Humanity will
If there's
use
a
them
meat
to our advantage.
snake in my
Meat
house,
snakes are a very
I know
efficient
why.
and clean
There's
way
a
of
bunch
disposing
of
of
dead
any meat
rats in my
products.
house.
The preserving
But what
fluid
if
within
I'm
the meat
asleep and
snake's body
the meat
disinfects the
snake
carrion,
eats me?
preventing the spread of disease. Humans use meat snakes in butcher shops as a waste bin, dispose roadkill.
No, don't kill it.
Or on the battlefield to dispose of festering bodies and parts, and within zoos to dispose of deceased animals.
Kill it?
They
I
are
think it's a
extremely
nice
tame,
animal.
not caring if any creature is around them, only acting defensively when it is within consuming a meal. This means they are very easy to tame. Overall, meat snakes are a marvelous creature with a very interesting way
Is that
of
how it
sustaining
changes
itself.
skulls?
It is an amazing experience to encounter one, as long as you don't mind the smell.
And
Our next
amazing.
creature is the mimic.
Oh my God! What is that?
The mimic. The mimic is a bipedal creature with uncanny similarities to humanoid anatomy. They greatly resemble humans without skin, with added
Okay, this
exaggerated
is gonna be
features.
it for today.
These
This is
features
part 1.
include